Hello everyone, my name is Nathan and today I want to play Oxygen Not Included. Let's see what we can accomplish. Here we are with Joshua, Rowan and Nils eager to start their journey. I chose their skills, so we have someone who is capable of researching, someone who is good at digging and someone who is good at cleaning up basically. First things first, we're going to need a bathroom. A proper bathroom requires a couple of wash basins and of course an outhouse or two. To fill up the wash basins, we're gonna need access to water, which I'm gonna get right there. There we go, please someone fetch the water. Yes, Rowan, that's the spirit. First cycle almost over, just 999 to go. Yes, now come on, take a glorious poop, you deserved it. And now, of course, they're full of germs, and they have to get rid of them. Therefore, the wash basins. Today, you're gonna sleep on the floor, and they do prefer the toilets. Who am I to judge? Time for some kind of a bedroom, if you can call it that. Nice, these two rooms are already giving us +2 morale boost. Gonna be useful once the skills kick in. I think I'm just about ready to start my storage here. I do want about 5 storages just for the sandstone. And then maybe dirt or sand. I think we could keep sand in here and then comes something else. Whatever we have the most of. So let's make sure we all filter that out. Sandstone, please. Copy settings. Let's do this. Man, I always feel better after tidying up a little bit. Don't you too, guys? Anyways, it is time for the next room. Right up here, I'm gonna have my first power setup. We're going to need a manual generator, a small battery. I want my first oxygen diffuser right there. And last but not least, a research station. This is all going to be temporary, just so that we can start working. Of course, we also want to connect everything up. Our first new duplicant is ready. Let's hope for a good one. Medicine. It's a binge eater. I don't like these. I'm gonna take a little bit of oxalite this time. Better than nothing. Maybe right now it's not the worst of ideas to build a microbe musher, so at least we have the possibility to get some food. I'm gonna make a storage here for algae, and on the other side probably something for the ore. And there we go, time to select our first research. We're gonna go for basic farming right away. We need access to the compost as soon as possible. There it is, got the compost and a wash basin. I put this on the top because it's gonna produce some heat. In terms of research, we're gonna go for the jumbo battery right away. We probably could have skipped the small battery. That is a bit awkward. I destroyed the battery. Joshua is now utilizing the machine even though he should be researching, and of course that's not gonna go well. So maybe Joshua should not be operating machines at all. There we go, doing proper research now. Big battery coming up. Nils got her first skill point. We're gonna go with improved carrying 1. Plus 400 kilograms, that is gonna help. Time for Rowan to level up. He's gonna be the hard digger. I'm also gonna give them 1 more hour of downtime for a morale boost. Okay, even though I don't really want it, it's time for a couple of mush bars. Joshua leveled up last, he's gonna be a better researcher now. Speaking of research, let's have a look at decor. Yes, we want lamps and a flower pot. Oh yes, that's what I'm talking about. Oh, yeah, this is gonna be delicious. We could get a farmer right now. I think I'm actually gonna go with her. She snores loudly, but that is eventually not gonna be a problem. So Ellie, welcome to the tribe. This means nobody needs to do the farming. Ellie is gonna take care of that. And of course we're gonna give her the improved farming skill. Actually, we're gonna unlock the farm tile and the mess table right away. This is my next goal. I'm going to start my first simple farm right here. We should probably be fine in this area with the simplest seeds. Fortunately enough, I got a briar seed. It's gonna make them so happy. Yes, definitely. Looks like Rowan has to clean out the first toilet. Sorry for that. And I'm actually thinking this would be a good space for the compost. What I'm doing right here is a pit for the polluted water. So right here on top, I would like a bottle emptier. And then maybe right here we can have the compost. So before this thing is being utilized, let's take it apart again. Instead, we're gonna do it right here, and we already have a wash basin. To keep this as a washroom, we need to close it off. I'm gonna leave a little bit of space for siphoning polluted oxygen. The farm is about to be built. We can plant mealwood seeds. Better than the mush bars we had thus far. Next up, we're going to dive into colony development. We want the water cooler, but more importantly, the advanced research capability. Oh, there we have our first polluted water. We don't want that over there. What we want is drop it all into the pit to deal with later. We now also have access to the supercomputer. This is probably the last thing we should hook up to the circuit. I also would love access to the deodorizer. Airflow tile isn't bad either, we're gonna need the gas pump. Yeah, let's just go ahead and do all of that research. Sweet, Nails already leveled again, plus 800 kilograms carrying capacity. Joshua already 2nd tier researcher. Good job, buddy. I'm going to move my ration box all the way down here, as well as the microbe musher, because down here we only have carbon dioxide. So it's a sterile environment for food. Finally, access to the deodorizer. We're gonna place one right here. It's gonna take care of all the polluted oxygen that's potentially coming up here from the polluted water. With Ellie, we're gonna go for improved farming. Ranching, though, is also intriguing. But I guess eventually we're gonna have everything in the mix. The airflow of my base is crap. I like how the carbon dioxide goes where it should go, but we definitely need a couple of airflow tiles. Sweet, I like this area. This feels completed for the time being. Provided one compost is gonna be enough. We need to be a little bit careful with the heat. It's already getting hot. This is a crazy area, but we need to insulate this place. So let me search for insulated. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. We don't need to research much, and we will also be able to get ice. Sounds like a plan. I think people deserved some mess tables to eat properly. Maybe even a couple of flower pots. Feeling generous today. There it is, the insulated tile. I probably want to block off everything here, so we're just gonna go up in a straight fashion, but we will have to take care of this water. Actually, looking at the heat map, we probably want to block off the bottom part as well. This is gonna be agonizing. Nails could already go into exosuit training. I don't even know what that means. I just want it. Let's dive a little bit deeper into plumbing. I'm gonna aim for distillation. This is gonna give us a way to deal with the polluted water. Joshua, good boy, astronomy researching. I'm about to complete my fresh water pit. It's all the way down here. This is going to be the carbon dioxide chamber. So we'll probably have to pump over the water once I'm done with this wall. There's another research completed. Is it what I wanted? Ooh, water sieve. That's gonna be good. Produces clean water from polluted water using sand. This is exactly what we need, so I'm gonna have to think about a setup maybe here. I wonder if we could use some algae terrariums in order to get rid of the carbon dioxide very slowly. I mean, it's not the worst of ideas. I also need more duplicants. Sure, why not? We're gonna place a couple of these guys. Let's maybe start off with 3. There they go, producing oxygen. And they're also emitting polluted water. However, this can be dumped in here, so we have this covered. They actually also remove some carbon dioxide, so I had to stop the delivery because optimally I want this room to be filled up with carbon dioxide in order to keep the food in sterile atmosphere. I also added a liquid pump. It is simply connected through the wall with a liquid vent in order to dump it where it belongs. We have someone that's good at decorating. It is about time we take someone new. Lindsay, welcome. That means nobody's gonna be decorating, just Lindsay. Have a bed, have a mess table. Ah, finally, there it goes. The liquid is being pumped over. This is gonna take a while, but eventually we can get rid of this water. Okay, we're almost ready. Got my water sieve in place. I added another jumbo battery with a generator. There's a liquid pump sitting in the P. All we have to do is connect it with power. No, we've done that. We need to connect it with pipes. Let's just go straight down into the wall and up again. So polluted water goes in, then pure water comes out. But I kind of would like to test that. Can we research something like a reservoir? Yes, liquid reservoir. This is exactly what I was looking for. I kind of want to know that the water is truly germ-free before I dump it back into my pure water. There it is, already in action. The polluted water is going in. We are going to put it into this liquid reservoir, and I think I'm just gonna drag a ceiling across here. Then we're gonna do some more piping into this building, and we shall see whether or not we want to keep it. Ah, there we go. I think we're just about ready to get this started. Let's have a look at the plumbing overlay. Yes, the hopefully pure water is going into the reservoir. Ah, but check this out. There are germs in this water. That is not good. So I'm kind of thinking, couldn't we use this water to go directly into the washroom again? All we need for this to work is the next stage here in sanitation. The laboratory, we get a mesh tile, a shower and the sink. And this is all gonna work with pipes. Oh, this is producing a little bit of heat. I didn't know that. Polluted dirt and water. Ooh, sieves cannot kill germs and pass any they receive into their waste and water output. I see the problem. But theoretically my plan could still work out to make this kind of a water and polluted water cycle. There it is already, the sink and laboratory. So we're gonna have to deconstruct everything, which I'm gonna do the next cycle. You know what? This is not always in sterile atmosphere. It's just not enough. I think I'm gonna move the chest down here. This is gonna be much more secure. A little bit risky, it is the middle of the cycle, but this is essentially the setup that I would like to have. Let's hope they're gonna focus on building a little bit. Okay, it's not gonna be enough. They're gonna have their downtime any second. Yeah, okay. You're gonna have to live with one toilet for today. There we go. The cycle is completed. Let's have a look at that. Oh yeah. I know, I could have piped it directly back into the water sieve, but this way, it's way more fun. I'm not sure, but I might need a wash basin just because there are germs everywhere sometimes. Ah, this technically means we also have a little bit more space. I think I'm gonna start taking this apart again. Oh, I'm such a dummy. Come on, fix it before it's too late, okay? Yeah, we are barely able to mop this up. Good. Oh, whoa, wait. What is happening here? I didn't tell you to store polluted dirt. I also don't want eggshells. I think we need to handle this differently. I'm gonna use some mesh tiles here and then we're gonna add another storage bin where we can store the polluted dirt if necessary. Alright, now we have our storage bin for the polluted dirt. This can get germs all it wants, I don't care. I think it's time to get our first cook in the joint, Ada. Even though her cooking isn't that great, I've been waiting for a cook forever and nothing good ever came. So let's make sure to represent that in the priorities. And we're gonna immediately make her better at cooking. Maybe it is now time to have a closer look at medicine. I don't want to lag behind there. Yeah, sickbay and hand sanitizer. Let's go up to this point. Man, I feel like this water reservoir needs to be significantly bigger. I might just go ahead and expand it. Oh, phenomenal. That's gonna be much better. Okay, everyone has hyperthermia, but it's gonna be worth it. I hope I don't have to redo this with a different material. That would be horrible. Check this guy out. He's picking up 1,400 kilograms of something. I mean, it is a significant difference to the 240 kilograms they are capable of carrying by default. Show me what you got. Yes, 1,840. I'm tempted to invest in the power research a little bit. The coal generator is gonna be useful, but maybe also the smart battery. Oh guys, there's so much stuff. I just can't wait. And also there's logic. Gonna be fun. Well, my plan is to expand into this direction and maybe we can just let the water fall all the way down into my reservoir. Actually, this is filling up with water. Wait, we are getting more than we're using. How's this possible? Let's see, there is a chlorine pocket right here. If we manage to get stuff into a reservoir within one of these pockets, we should technically be able to kill all the germs. I unlocked a couple of decorative buildings. Let's see what we can use for the rooms. We can start by decorating a ceiling corner, why the heck not? I'm going to add a flower pot on the other side of the wall. Maybe last but not least we can use a pedestal and display an object. That might not be the worst of ideas. Also, I would like to know what this jukebox is about. I'm tempted to move the microbe musher just so that I can have the jukebox there. You know, technically we might want to upgrade to the electric grill. I'm gonna add that here. This is gonna be temporary. Okay, I dug out a big enough area. What I would like to achieve now is bring this chlorine all the way over to here. And we need to have a really good airlock design. So yeah, I'm gonna have to think about that for a bit. It is probably time to go for smelting. We need the metal refinery. We also get a kiln and the rock crusher in the process, so that's not too shabby. Now, as for the airlock, this is my idea. We basically have a manual airlock, then we have a gas pump right here. It is going to extract everything into a gas filter, which then is going to bring the chlorine back and also the carbon dioxide or any other gas. It's going to bring it back where it belongs. The biggest problem about this idea is that people are probably not going to wait for long enough if there are a lot of people walking through at the time. Both airlocks might be open for too long. Oh no, what happened? No, you idiots! Let's try to avoid most of... this is so bad. Why couldn't they pay attention? Now I have to mop everything up again. I can now make mush bars and then use them in the electric grill to make mush fry. Or mush fry. I like to say mush. So maybe what we should do is within the consumables, we want to disallow mush bar. Oh my gosh, this is an amazing animation. I love it. I just set all the recipes to be done forever because whenever we have ingredients for them, we want to do them. However, in the micro musher, I'm only sometimes gonna do mush bars in order to help out. I actually added the algae terrariums right here, so in case the carbon dioxide gets too high, they should be taking care of that. One issue we might be able to sort out is put the generator on top of here, because there is no breathable oxygen here. It's kind of a mean thing what I did there. Actually, we can make this even easier. We can drag a couple of tiles across here, so it only has to deal with a 2x3 area. It is probably about time we generate power in different ways. I'm gonna go for advanced power regulation, or maybe the fossil fuels. We can do that afterwards. We should test out the ice maker maybe. I'm gonna place one here, and then there is the ice fan, which dissipates a small amount of heat. We could really use one of those in this room. Wait, did we just produce some ice? Yeah, check this out. This guy's now bringing it to the machine. There we go. Okay, someone has to operate it. Wow, okay. But at least we can get rid of a little bit of heat. Yeah, you can see it is actually working, kind of. The ice maker itself is producing a ton of heat. So I should probably set this up all in a separate insulated room. Okay, so far so good. We definitely have enough food. This is still in sterile atmosphere. It is also extremely fresh and just a couple of germs. Literally just a couple. One of my biggest problems is that this germ water is accumulating. I don't even know how this is happening this quickly. But we have millions of germs in there, and eventually I want to get this water out of here into this room, where it hopefully will be sterilized. But yeah, I will have to think of a solution to get the chlorine all the way up there. Alright guys, we are back. I kept on playing for a couple of cycles. We now have 7 duplicants. Also, I managed to separate the chlorine into its own room. The way I did that is simply open up the area with the chlorine in it, and I added a gas pump pumping everything into this room. The airlock that I've built is actually working magnificently. There were no leakages. Sometimes there is just a teensy tiny bit, but it tends to get destroyed. Now, at the moment, I'm at the stage where I'm about to reconnect the system here. I only need to build this pipe so we can take the polluted water, then clean it up here. It goes all the way down into this storage container, and as long as it remains there, hopefully the chlorine is gonna take care of all the germs. Then it's gonna be pumped over into the system again as per usual. It's going back in the form of polluted water. And I figured, of course, we are getting more and more polluted water, not only because of these algae terrariums, but also because people pee and poop. Makes sense. Yeah, it seems Ellie is gonna do the honor of building the pipe. Beautiful. Alright, let's watch this. Polluted water is being pumped over, it's being cleansed, but not really. But the goal of this entire endeavor is that I eventually can pump the clean water back into my tank. We can now see the germs, and they are accumulating because we're pumping more and more germy water in there, but we can see from the number that the germs are being killed at a significant speed. Maybe I should change my schedule. If we did a little bit of downtime in the morning, I can get the moral +1, which means I have just enough moral for nails. Right here. She's got only 10 of 12 needed. That is really bad. Ooh, I did not see that. We can actually give them various hats. Now, that is really cool. They have hats according to what they're good at. And so it's gonna make it easier to distinguish them, I guess. Oh yes, this is absolutely amazing. I wish I discovered this sooner. Took me 80 cycles. Okay, it's time for the second reservoir. We want to fill this up in case we cannot bring it anywhere else. And in this one, I definitely want to make sure that it is germ-free. So we will have to research probably. Let's search for germ. Yeah, what do we have here? Gas pipe, germ sensor, liquid pipe. That's what we want. Sends a green signal based on the internal germ count. Yeah, let's just go ahead and research that. Whoa, 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 whoa. No! They only have one toilet right now. No, they only have 0 toilets right now. Oh, this is really bad. I need to fix this immediately. And it is the end of the day. Oh gosh. So what I did is I built this bridge the wrong way around, unfortunately. Yes, check out this germ eradication. It just can't get above 50,000 even though we are feeding it new germy water in large quantities. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Somebody made a mess. Well, that happens. We just probably need to make sure that we mop this up as soon as possible. Did something leak? No. Oh, no, no, no. It is leaking. Okay, directly on my food storage. Okay, crisis averted. This should be alright. Let's check this container again. Can we destroy the germs? Okay, it is actually completely full and we are getting rid of the germs. But as I suspected, it might not be enough to just run it through one. So instead we're gonna do a second reservoir. No, we need refined metal. So I have to take care of the refined metals first. That really sucks. You know, in this case, the entire loop here isn't necessary. We can simply go ahead and do something like that and then get rid of the rest. Okay, we have a slight problem. We need other means to create oxygen. We can use water. We have plenty of water, but at the moment we have no algae anymore. I totally missed that. To fix that issue, I'm digging up a little bit of algae immediately, but we need to take care of that. The heat situation also did not get better. It is getting warmer in the mess hall, that's for sure, and we are also at 26 or 27 degrees in some bedrooms. Alright, here we have the new setup with the electrolyzer. I'm actually hoping that the hydrogen is just gonna flow out of here and then maybe we can trap it somewhere. I'm going to use this water here. At the moment we have no power. Let's see, yeah, there are a couple of cables missing. Also, these guys, the ice fans, they're pretty darn awesome. They do help out a lot, though I'm using a lot of the ice just to cool down the ice maker. That's something I have to move as soon as possible. Alright, there we go. It's actually starting to work. I need to make sure that we build this tile. I don't trust this. I think this can actually break down if you're unlucky. But more importantly, we now have the water being pumped into the electrolyzer. So let's see what's happening here. Okay, there it is, starting to work. That's good. Let's check the gases. Here we have some hydrogen and what is it doing? Nothing. It's just hanging around here. It must raise at some point. I'm going to attempt to trap the hydrogen somewhere here for the time being. I mean, it is naturally raising, but it is producing more than I really want. I need a way to actually make this usable. What can we do with hydrogen? Also, holy cow, what's going on with my carbon dioxide? We need to get rid of it. Okay, my plan is working so far, but it is accumulating way quicker than I anticipated. Maybe for now, we're just gonna disable the building. To help things out, I'm going to build a carbon skimmer right there. This is going to use a little bit of water in order to get rid of the carbon dioxide. I'm not gonna let this run all the time. We can actually probably make use of this germy tank here. I'm gonna use that, and it's gonna output polluted water, which we need to bring over here again. Okay, yes, that's actually looking good. Let's check out the carbon. Well, it's definitely getting rid of it. Let's keep it on for a couple of cycles. Ooh, finally, the situation is improving. They can actually breathe while on the hamster wheel. Well, there are two things I will need to take care of immediately. At the moment, we just have too much water. I need a way to get the water back into my clean water reservoir. And for that, we need a smeltery room. So the next step for me is to get the refinery going and then probably take care of some more efficient power production. Alright guys, I am back and I learned so much about the game. It is now cycle 142. I know it's not a very big number, but I did try a whole bunch of things and I failed miserably, especially with the heat. The heat is a problem. I went for an ice biome in order to get some wheezewort, but I don't think it's enough. Another problem I had is I filled this room up way too much, and what happened is if this thing cannot push the chlorine into the right direction, it's going into the other direction. So what happened is I had my base filled up with a whole bunch of chlorine and I had to add another gas pump right here in order to get the chlorine back into the system. Ah man, it was a mess. But it is kind of working. An interesting thing is I noticed that water arranged like this can actually stop the chlorine from spreading. I also experimented around with the algae distiller, dug up a bunch of slime, but I had the issue with these airborne germs. They were spreading across my base. However, I did some testing with killing the germs and I'm just doing one thing wrong. So, unfortunately, I managed to contaminate my water. I'm so sad, so sad. Right here is actually where I dug all the way up. I was just looking for a ice biome. And these are the things that you want to get the seeds from. And you can simply plant them in a pot like that. And they're going to cool things down significantly. My most recent experiment is with the hydrogen generator. I just love this thing. So I'm using the electrolyzers in order to produce a whole bunch of oxygen. It's being pumped right into a gas filter. This gas filter here is filtering out the hydrogen and the oxygen is just going down into the base so it can be distributed. The hydrogen is going into a tank just in case it backlogs. And after that it's being pumped directly into the hydrogen generator. So this is generating 800 watts of power and it's probably doing a pretty good job at it. However, ever since I ran out of algae, my oxygen distribution hasn't been the best. So for the next part of this series, I actually want to go even crazier and I want to experiment around with a couple of things I didn't think of. So I'm probably going to start from scratch. However, to come up with really crazy systems, I'm a little bit tempted to try sandbox mode for the second part. And then in the third part, we are going back to this world or start a new world with the knowledge we gained in sandbox. It's gonna be glorious. I just love this game. But anyways, with that out of the way, I would suggest we're gonna wrap it up for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a great time and see you soon. Bye bye.